Hello, everyone. Welcome to Loud and Proud Orlando. It's Thursday, July the 31st, the end of July. Unbelievable. Time has gone by pretty fast. 8:07 p.m. Thank you so much for your support. We are live, about 20 people live. Thank you for your kindness and for leaving your thumbs up and your comments. I'm here with John. I'm here with Paula as well. We're going to be discussing today, obviously, we're going to be talking about the League's Cup match between Orlando City versus Pumas. A draw 1-1 in regular time, followed by a 4-3 penalty shootout loss. We'll discuss all of that, and then we'll be discussing what's coming for Orlando against Atlas, which is another Mexican team. Are we going to be rotating? What does it take for Orlando to qualify to the next round? The lineup rotation, score predictions, all of that and more. All your comments, we'll read them all. Thank you again. John, how are you, my friend? Good to see you again.
Good, man. Yeah, a little disappointed. Me and Paula had fun watching the first half, and then the second half was a very, very different story. But I don't know. League's Cup is what it is, right? Like it feels weird. You're playing a Mexican team, but I didn't care as much as like when we play a Mexican team in the Champions League, and I don't know. I don't know what it's going to take for me to really care about League's Cup, or I think anybody for to really care about League's Cup. In a lot of ways, it kind of feels like a tournament that is in the way. I think maybe for the Mexican teams and for the MLS teams.
What about you, Paula?
Great to be back. Clumsy game last night. Um, I mean, same as John. Leagues Cup. I mean, I was surprised that I didn't see a lot of Pumas fans yesterday. In the stadium normally is more Mexican fans in the stadium than Orlando City. Um, but yeah, clumsy roller coaster game from last night. But I'm glad to be back.
Well, this is a tournament, in my opinion, that should be played in the West. I think I don't know why are we doing this to not only ourselves but also to the team and to the MLS. The whole format is whack. Uh, it's just the whole even Mexico. I was watching the Apple TV broadcasting, and I do want to say there were Mexican commentators on this, and they were saying exactly the same thing. I don't know what are we benefiting out of this tournament. It's straight up like that. Not only that, and we'll discuss all of that and more in just a second about the whole parking the bus situation. So I have never seen a commentator duo, especially on Apple TV, literally using in Spanish "park the bus" since minute 45 of the second half. Like as soon as the second half started, they claim minute 50. They're probably right, and they were saying, it feels like Orlando's content with a 1-1 result. They're parking the bus since minute 50, and it truly seemed that way. Oscar gave a pretty good, in his mind, thoughts. I understand fans are not even going to care what he says. The fans are going to say, "Hey, you parked the bus. I don't care what you say." But just kind of give it a dive. We have the video on our channel. I asked him the question straight up in a nice way. I do want to say, because if I would have said, "Hey man, do you park the bus?" like he would have not responded to the question. But I had to format it in a way that he would answer it without sounding so abrupt. So you guys have to understand that. Obviously, I take the piss out of the whole parking the bus situation because of the title of the pod, but
Luis asking the tough questions out here, bro. There you go.
tough questions. And Oscar didn't give me a hug, which I was kind of upset about that because I was so far away. But let's read some comments real quick. DJ DSF. If it looks like a duck, it quacks like a duck. Walks like a duck, eats like a duck. It is not a duck. It is a parked bus. There you go, my friend. Thank you so much. Landon, which is at work. Gonna try and listen. Currently at work. Disappointing game yesterday. There you go, my friend. Keep working hard, man. Yeah, you can listen later. That's not a problem. Thank you so much for joining. Stream Jesus, please talk about Puma's number 77 Angulo's evil twin. Also, what an amazing player Coco, Carrasquilla, and Quispe are. Wish we had players like that. Well, you got to have the money the Pumas has. And I mean, they spend a lot of money. I mean, they spend on Aaron Ramsey, they spend on Keylor Navas. So it's they don't have salary restrictions as bad salary restrictions as the MLS has now. um, let's start by talking a little bit about the game. Obviously, again, Orlando showing attacking prowess, scoring early. Ramiro was in the lineup. What are your thoughts, Paula, on Ramiro Enrique? He Do you feel he hit it better than Muriel? Do you feel like you want to keep seeing Ramiro on the starting lineup?
I mean, I would have give him another chance, right? I think I don't like Ojeda being next to him. I like Ojeda being in the middle, more as a true 10. But yesterday they looked cooked. I don't know if it was the heat. I was It was bad. Like I told Alec and even John and Steph, I'm like, I'm sweating. Like I cannot be here and I cannot imagine how bad they are suffering in that pitch because it was like an oven. So to your question, Luis, I will give him another try. Let's say, he's a hustler. He will run. Muriel is not running currently right now, so I will keep playing him. Even though that he didn't score, he didn't contribute a lot, but he tried. So I will start him in the next game.
Now, I wanted to ask John this question. It seems like Oscar with the subs, I feel like in the second half, it didn't pan out the way he truly wanted. Um, Definitely a lot of fans, and I want to quote Facebook fans, were saying, how come Pasalic is at DP? He needs to play 90 minutes. Well, we already are a very short squad. And what I think what Oscar and his staff is afraid is somebody having muscle fatigue and having one of your DPs with muscle fatigue, back to back games. Oh, you get paid that much to work, man. Well, it doesn't work that way in soccer. I mean, if you're running for over 90 minutes at a high level, I mean, you're gonna get hurt. So if we, do you feel the subs? Because I feel like the subs didn't have a lot of impact in the game at all. And typically, when Orlando put away like that game against Columbus, it was because the subs came with a spark. Do you feel the same way that in this game we also kind of lost, not only just because of a bad tactical move by Oscar, but possibly by just the subs not panning out the way it should have been?
I think the first half we played with a lot of confidence and they like had energy, and then that the second half, obviously the coach of Pumas said something to his team and they figured it out and they came out with a lot more aggression, and that kind of penned us back. And like Oscar said, we never recovered from that. And then I think the subs he tried to get us out of that situation, but actually just kind of made it worse somehow. Like Kyle Smith was brought on, and I was
Yeah,
like, oh, he's gonna take off Brekalo because Brekalo
he
was
was
getting
terrible.
cooked all the time. Like love Brekalo, but he has these games where you can see he's not that fast a left back, right? And he can get beat, but he is good most of the time. This was one of those games that it was not going well for him. And I thought, okay, Kyle Smith's coming on. I said to Paulie, he's going to play left back. But then Kyle Smith goes in like D mid, and we're playing like a 4-3-3. I think Oscar was concerned about us getting beat straight through the middle. I mean, we still conceded a goal that way, so it didn't really help. And then ever since they did that, they looked even more confused, Cesar and Edouard, about where they were going. And I just didn't really think the Kyle Smith sub worked that well. And then also Taifi, I thought did have a fairly good game,
Yeah,
considering
he
that
was turning over the ball tremendously.
he got put on at left back, and he was trying to like cover who was it, like Lopez or something, the guy they brought on at right wing, like right back that they brought on that was doing really well. We were getting killed all up that right side in the second half by Pumas, our left side, and Taifi did a little bit better of a job containing that situation. But by that time, Pumas had a lot of um, confidence, and they were on the front foot, and we were just not able to, like Oscar says, we were not able to have those sequences, right? We were not able to actually chain enough passes together to maintain possession. We couldn't get the out ball. And part of that, again, they brought on Muriel, and then we didn't have any out ball at all. So that didn't help either. So the three subs of the three, Taifi did the best, but he just had to spend the whole time defending. Like, he didn't do anything attacking wise. So I just don't think the sub really worked. And I don't 100% blame Oscar, because that's all he kind of has on the bench right now
Exactly.
available to him. And I think it also just shows like the Liga MX subs and the depth that they have in their squads. The guys that they brought on were very effectual, and the guys that we brought on were not. And yeah, I just think we kind of never solved the issue of how to start playing in the second half. So it just got worse and worse, and that their goal seemed inevitable. Yeah.
Now, what are your thoughts on Pumas, Paul, as an opponent?
I mean, the first half, they were like the first 45 minutes, they were okay. Like John and I, we were like, oh, we're gonna win this. I think
I mean, we
I
still
did
only
say
have
that.
one shot on target all game. So the first half was
Exactly.
good, but
Like
it wasn't like wow.
it wasn't like wow, like I don't know, like when Santos Laguna came in one year, or Tigres came in. It didn't felt that way. But then, like John said, I don't know what the coach said to them, or I don't know if they slapped him in the face or something in the locker room, that they came with a different energy. And
He
I
probably
think with the
reminded them they played for Pumas, right? Because they did
probably
not
we're
look
getting
like
paid
that in
for
the
this.
first
Well,
half.
well, well. Yeah. I mean, I feel also Efrain Juarez was assistant coach of NYCFC, and at the time NYCFC beat Orlando constantly, so he
He
knows
knew.
how to handle. He kind of realized this is what Pareja's doing. He read Pareja very well, especially with the substitutions. Now, I do want to say, to me, I think Atuesta did not have a good game. I felt that Araujo, that whole goal that was the draw. Number one, it should have not gotten to a draw. I think Orlando could have capitalized, and again, it's the same recurring issue. Orlando should have capitalized on the moments they had in the first half. The game would have ended 3-0 if it wasn't for not being able to make the best of their chances. The problem I have here is that Atuesta and also Cesar, I don't know, they kind of like, I don't know if they were tired. I don't know if it was
They're
just
not doing much, bro.
they were trying not to over get a yellow card, or have or have contact with their opponent, to potentially get injured. I don't know what it is, but I felt like on that Carrasquilla goal, it seemed like and I know this is gonna sound so bad what I'm about to say, but it's okay. Carrasquilla didn't cut it in Houston Dynamo. I repeat, Carrasquilla didn't cut it in Houston. If you don't cut it in Houston and you go to Pumas, you know, it doesn't automatically make you Messi or Ronaldo. Like, he is not all that. We made him look all that on that play. I felt like he was able to dribble past two defenders, because the two defenders didn't really put a stop to on his tracks. Like, I think that Atuesta and Cesar, they didn't do their job at that moment. I think he passed them. He passed them like it's nothing.
Well, we put Kyle Smith there too, and he also got
Yeah, Kyle Smith either.
like
Yeah,
three defensive midfielders in there, and he went straight through the middle. So that, yeah.
yeah.
I interrupted
So
Paula before. I wanted to hear
yeah,
what
go ahead,
she
Paula.
had to say, and also I want her to talk about Atuesta because we were talking about him during the game.
What do you want to know about Tuesta, John? Like, tell me.
I just want you. What Luis just said, you obviously have an opinion on that.
I mean, I was commenting to John that Atuesta hasn't surprised me lately. Like, he, yes, he has been in key moments a key player, but he loses the possession of the ball more than doing key passes or helping the team. That was my point, and I think I proved it to you yesterday, John. And I know, like he lost it more yesterday. I don't know. Like I think it was the heat, man. I'm not gonna put excuses on the team. You know, they're players. They're supposed to know how to play, but they're humans. Like yesterday was yucky weather. So yeah, but I think Atuesta, sometimes it's a love and hate with Atuesta in my heart. Like sometimes I like him, sometimes I'm like, it doesn't convince me. And I'm I'm used to seeing Wilder in that position, and Wilder was more, more hustler on the defensive side. Let's keep the ball. Let me go. Atuesta is good going forward, but at the same time, don't lose the ball, bro, because it will cost us, and it had cost us in games. So that was my opinion, Luis. I don't know
Yeah,
if
I
you
think
you agree.
to second what Paola says, there's a lot of inconsistencies, and again, if we're gonna just bicker and cry about, our, yes, the players can have a bad day in the office, but not so recurrent. And I feel like some games is a couple of players that are doing a terrible job. Other games is another set of players. So it's just we don't have that consistency. So like John was saying and Paulo was saying, sometimes, it is the player's responsibility at some point. It has to go from that. Now let's read some comments real quick. Here, F says, "What's up, OC fam on a Thursday? No hat, John, looking good," says F. F and the Kyle Smith retirement tour.
None of
There
us
you
have a
go.
hat on today. It's no hat
Yeah, I
Thursday,
know, right? No
apparently.
hat McGee. Yeah, what it says here, because Pedro does not waste time when we're running behind on the score, only when we're ahead. So where does that come from? Or the whole field essentially playing in our half? Okay.
I
Well,
love
I
when
think.
the ref gave him a yellow for passing the ball to Schlegel for
I mean,
time
honestly,
uh,
this tournament is whack, and I just feel like, even the commentators were saying, hey, at least they put a Mexican referee, because when we have American referees, they are terrible and they always favor the Americans. Like, so it's just retarded. Honestly, I just they're all bad. It says maybe he didn't call for the parking, but players are doing it consistently, and if that's the case, he's not calling for it. Then there's a coaching problem somewhere, wrong expectations. Well, sorry to sound so fatalistic, but there's really nothing we can do right now about. They're not gonna fire Oscar in the middle of the season, guys. If you're listening that from somebody else, they're selling you complete smoke. That is not gonna happen. That's not the way a club runs.
I
I
mean,
mean, it will.
I believe him when he said he didn't tell them to park the bus. Like I think he
Yeah,
did when like Kyle Smith came on like later. He was like, "Okay, we literally can't play. I'm just going to try and see it out." I don't think he told them that at the beginning of the first half. They just never figured out how to actually start playing in the second half. Like they were like just not able to get enough time on the ball. We just constantly giving it back to them. The long balls weren't really working. Jansen was trying to play the ball up to Enrique a lot of the time. That didn't work. We just give it back to them. Often Atuesta and Cesar were just not retaining the ball well enough. It was a lot of sloppiness in that second half. And I feel like we need a leader there. Like
yeah,
who is the guy who then goes like, and at the West Side, like has that skill, like put your foot on the ball, retain possession, calm it down. That like where, or even Jansen, if he's the captain or whoever, we need one of them to step up and go, guys, we got to like figure this out because we just kept giving the ball back and they just grew in confidence. And how many offsides, like how many goals was it? They had like 2 goals that were
Two,
called
like
back,
two.
and they should have,
Yeah.
could have counted or shouldn't. I don't know. We didn't see the replays in the stadium, but that was like 2 warning shots, and then eventually Karaskia just went straight through the middle of us. Like,
Um,
so I think, Luis, for me, the other thing is it was a little bit repetitive of what seems to happen a lot when we play Mexican teams. And I wanted to look back, and I saw that whenever we played Mexican teams, we played them 9 times, all of them under Oscar, right? We don't think we've ever played an MLS as the MLS Orlando City against a Mexican team. Uh, in those 9 games, we have 1 win, 2 losses, 6 draws. So it's just a lot of like, we go ahead
yeah,
against Mexico. Like,
because
remember Tigres, we go ahead and then we concede. So it's just like, I'm not saying that that's like all on Oscar or whatever. I'm just saying it shows that like we really struggled to beat. The only time we've ever beaten them was Santos Laguna 3-2 back in 2023 in Leagues Cup. All the other
right,
times
but
in Leagues Cup or CCC, it's been draws or losses.
right, but you know, don't and look, I'm just gonna try to make it as easy as easy as possible. I think it's because there's a respect on the Mexican teams. So obviously Orlando City. I mean, if you compare the roster of Pumas with the roster of Orlando City, I mean they have a lot of quality. They're a
They
top
got
team in
the
Mexico.
depth for sure that we don't.
Yeah, I mean it's I think a 48 million or 49 million pound team. Orlando, I think it's 40 million or 41 million. So I mean they're one of the top teams in Mexico. Now the problem I have is that with the the changes and the subs came early in this game when maybe it should have been kind of hold a little. Like I think the timing and where he did the subs. Um, Number one, the subs didn't pan out his way, and number two, it made it look like he was parking the bus for sure. But I think that what he meant to do was just say, try to play a little bit more conservatively. But I would have not played conservatively at minute 50. I would have played conservatively probably minute 80. Like
I don't think he even went that early. I think
you know,
they just didn't play. I think the
you
players
know,
couldn't
I
get
just
out.
because Pumas, what they did was, and then we'll go with Paula. I think Pumas, what they did was, they put in the Peruvian Piero Quispe, which is a very good player, which they also have on their bench, and he is an attack and defend type of player. He's a quasi 10, quasi interior, kind of defensive midfielder sometimes. So he's very graspy with the ball. So he came in and subbed in for Lopez in the 59th minute. Um, and then Pablo Monroy came in for Vite in the 83rd. And then that right flank that they had, it was bolstered completely. So they shifted into more of like an aggressive pressing game, targeting a Angulo that was tired, targeting. And there's a picture on our Instagram. I want to say hello to Lucas. He takes pictures for us. He took a really good picture of Angulo, like looking down to his shirt, tired as hell in the second half. And then also, you have Atuesta losing the ball, and then kind of Araujo kind of toning down a little bit, tuning down, and then Carrasquilla inadvertently with those two changes. I felt like those two worked for Pumas because they were fresh, and then Carrasquilla kind of was let loose because he had more freedom in the middle, and then that's what led to his goal inadvertently. So I just think that if yes, it's easy to say if we would have kept the first the first half lineup, we could have hold out the game. But the problem here I see is just a lack of finishing. We just can't finish the freaking game. We
I
can't
mean, yeah.
score. Like we waste so much chances. I don't know if you feel the same way, Paul. I mean, we had so many chances in the first half, and then eventually when you're playing teams that are, I wouldn't say better, but that have proven quality players on the bench. We have a bunch, and I know it's gonna sound so bad. We have kids on the bench, man. You know what I mean? Um, do you feel that maybe that's it, Paula. I mean, what is your assessment on this whole situation?
I mean, you're right. I would have brought bringing Smith and Muriel at minute 80. Just 10 more minutes. Hold up. I don't know, because when they came in, they looked lost, and we were inviting Pumas to score. And guess what happened? They scored. And I was telling John, I'm like, we're inviting them to score. Look how they're like, they were lost. They were like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, where I'm gonna go. Especially Kyle Smith, poor guy. He's trying to fulfill what Oscar wants him to do, but he's not a natural midfielder, right? So I think, and this is, we have seen this in the MLS games too. It's not only in the Leagues Cup, and I think we have a big problem. If we want to win the MLS Cup, we need to fix it now before the, the playoffs and all that shenanigans. I think bringing young talent now and not waiting to another signing, because right now we need a left back. When are we gonna get a natural left back? Crickets, we don't know. Bring the
Yeah.
youngsters. They have a different vibe. They have a different energy. Look, Taifi looked way better than all the veterans that came from the bench, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the type of mentality that we need right now, that with the veterans is not working. So I don't know, they need to figure things out, and I would hold them for 10 more minutes and bring them in the 78 or 80 minutes, and possibly we could have not considered a goal. I don't know.
Now, Orlando's conservatism, in a way of shifting to a deeper block, like Oscar said, reducing their attacking threat, with literally fatigue affecting Ivan Angulo and the sub out of Pasalic, and then Carrasquilla letting loose, which they had increased intensity. 7 shots in the second half for Pumas, one on target, which just shows that they're also not as effective either. 5 corners in the second half. So I think their persistence kind of paid off with Carrasquilla and the late equalizer. 4 shots in the first half for Orlando compared to 5 shots for Pumas. 1 shot on target for Orlando, which was that corner. 52% of possession to 48 of Pumas in the first half. In the second half, only 3 shots for Orlando, 0 on target. 7 shots of Pumas, as I already mentioned, 47% to 53 on possession against Pumas. Now, let's talk about the penalties, John. Obviously, Pumas penalty takers. It shows a lot of confidence and execution, and I believe that penalties are Russian roulette. But I think one key difference here is on that penalty of that a twist to miss. I mean, what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's you just shouldn't miss a penalty, really, especially not if you're a technical player like that. And like a lot of people were like, Jansen is 100% on penalties. Why didn't he take one? But I think it's just like I said, it's all too. It seemed like, oh, I've seen this story before, right? Mexican team comes to town. We go up a goal, then we concede one, then it's penalties, then we lose on penalties, and I just was a little bit like, oh, okay, here we go again. It was great that Pedro saved one. That was amazing. And I thought,
Yeah, I
okay,
mean,
this is
yeah, I
now we
think
have a huge chance. But yeah, it just was not good. I mean, Cesar and Atuesta, both of them with disappointing penalties, and both guys that should. I mean, I don't know what this obsession is with having Cesar take all the set pieces. I don't get that. I don't think
me
he's
too. And
technical
and
ability enough on that.
and not
But
only that, I thought, why is Kyle Smith taking a penalty? With all due respect,
Kyle Smith is like, actually, I'm okay with that because I feel
no,
like
he
he's
scored a phenomenal penalty. I'm just
very
saying.
calm and like cool headed, and I feel like he has in the past. And like you see, I think with Cesar, it's like technically like you're Kyle Smith's level, but you don't seem to have that same. You need that calmness under pressure. That veteran, like that's why Jansen's so good because he just walks up and just goes, "Okay, I'm going to smash it because I'm Jansen. I'm not going to try and do something fancy." But I think missing or putting it where it's easy for me, it's like penalty sacrilege. At least make it difficult enough for the goalkeeper to actually try and make a save. You
Mhm.
can't just hit it right at him.
Now, do you feel, Paola, that on that Atuesta penalty, and we're going to do your comments in just a moment. Thank you so much for your support. About 50 people watching us right now. Um, do you feel that, obviously, I'm sure you know about Keylor Navas, very experienced Costa Rican goalkeeper, is
Mhm.
playing top level teams. Do you feel just his presence kind of meant something? Because that's what Mexican media is saying. It's saying that Navas' experience, even without a save, might have psychologically and magically impacted Atuestas missing the and hitting the post. I don't know. What do you feel about that?
I don't think so. I think Atuesta wanted to be, how you say it, not cocky, but try to be the hero in the wrong way. Like, you just need to put the ball in the net and not complicate yourself. And I think he complicate himself on putting the ball on top of the bar, trying to get it in, and it didn't go in. So I don't think so. He playing Palmeiras. He has faced other great goalkeepers. I mean, Navas, don't get me wrong, and not praising him. He's a great goalkeeper, great history, but he has not been the Navas when he played with Real Madrid or PSG anymore. So I don't think so. I think it was a different pressure, not Navas. I think it was the pressure of, we need to win. I need to put this ball in the net. He overthink it, and he didn't put that ball where it was supposed to be in. I
Let's
don't
read
know
some
if,
more
if
comments.
you have the same thoughts, Luis or John, but that was my perception.
No, for sure. I mean, I agree with you. I think it should not matter who's up front. I mean, you just, like John was saying, you're so skilled, you you got to score those. Pedro did his job. I mean, you can't. I look, and I've been looking at people. I mean, I've been looking at people, and I think people after Oscar, everybody asking for their firing every time we lose. The second one on the ranking that everybody just seems to gang up on, and I'm gonna say gang up on because it's ganging up on, it's Pedro. And I'm not saying because he's Peruvian. I'm just saying it because, you are looking for a needle in the haystack with Pedro, man. It's like he freaking did his job. He saved the penalty. I mean,
He
that's what
did.
he's paid for. Like
Yeah,
you
he had a
can't
good game,
blame.
man. I don't blame him for
Yeah, I
any
mean,
of
you
you
can't. I
know.
mean, time wasting is the oldest trick in the book. If
Yep.
not, don't watch the Argentinian league. Don't watch the Chilean league. He comes from that side of town. Sorry if he's not a European, my friend, but I mean, it is what it is. Let's see. And it says Leap Heelan. Hey, Orlando City fan from Glasgow, Scotland. Oh, Glasgow,
I think
man.
it's
You're
Like Lee Phelan.
Lee Phelan. Sorry, I'm terrible. Lee
That's a
Phelan.
hard one. That's a
Glasgow, Scotland. Oh, fantastic. I can't believe you're still awake, my friend. Well, thank you so much. Last time Orlando City won at home was on the 25th of May. You're correct. Mr. J. Santos 7. This team having a sense of urgency or energy to try and take a game is very inconsistent as an spectator. I think we all agree here. Who do we think has have shot six after Muriel? Alex?
I would have put Freeman.
Yeah,
Um,
I
I
would
would
have
have
put
put
Freeman
Freeman.
sooner, to be honest with you. I mean, I wouldn't put Freeman much sooner. I don't know. I mean, that's an Oscar decision. I don't really don't know why, but that's a great question. It's almost like you need to actually pay for a bench if you want to close games with bench guys. There you go. Thank you, F. Stream Jesus can't crap on the tournament just because we lost though. That's loser mentality. Loser. Just pick up the pieces and bounce back. There you go. Thank you so much, Stream Jesus.
I mean,
So
I didn't like the tournament before we lost. So
yeah,
anyway, I
no,
just yeah
I look. I'm on board with the fandom. I think that this tournament, yes,
yeah.
the prices are really good and all of that, but it just doesn't help the MLS at all.
Look, I support Orlando City. Whatever, right?
Yeah,
Whatever tournament they're gonna go in, I'm gonna support it. But am I a fan of League's Cup? No.
no,
Is anybody a fan of League's Cup?
I really don't.
Messi fans probably are fans of
I could
League
care.
Cup.
I could care less.
Yeah, like Miami probably care about winning this
You
tournament.
can you can call me a loser all you want. but I really could care less about Leagues Cup.
And
Be
I
honest
think
with you, I mean, and I have a beef to pick with Leagues Cup because I'm gonna complain right now for the first time ever. So after the Oscar post presser, I have the credential to go to the Pumas post presser, and I wanted to ask a question about Piero Quispe because there's a rumor that he may be loaned, and they're looking to loan him because he has no space in the team because the team has already rostered Carrasquilla, has already rostered Aaron Ramsey, former Arsenal player. So he really is SOL. So I wanted to just kind of ask, hey, is that true? And what do you think about his penalty? Because he had a phenomenal penalty against Pedro. And again, I feel Pedro wanted to do the whole Dibu Martinez in the World Cup taunting of the player, and it didn't really work out. Pedro's never done that before. Like, and I don't know why he did it against Piero Quispe. He thought he was gonna like Piero like own his ass. I'm sorry I said that, but he owned him with that beautiful penalty, and I'm gonna give him kudos to that. But I want to ask, and you know what I did? They did not allow me to speak. They just did not allow me to just ask my question. And there really is not like there were so much Mexican press that it was unbearable. I mean, compared to the Orlando City press conference, it was way long. It was way shorter. So there were probably were three guys there, if that. And I just think that's a little unfair. I mean, don't just because we're an American outlet and we have Loud and Proud Orlando on there, and maybe there's like all these other outlets in Spanish. I mean, I was gonna ask a Spanish question, guy, but it's okay. Then I'm gonna put my 2 cents on there. I'm gonna eat it. It's okay. Lee, how do you say it, John? Lee Phelan?
Phelan, yeah.
Lee Phelan. Sorry about that, my friend. Aaron Ramsey also lost my home team the Europa League final against my. I I never want to hear his name again. Oh yeah, and I heard like if he actually scores, someone dies. So that's pretty scary. Yeah, there's like a curse or something. It says, "Do you think it was the right idea to give Oscar Pereja the extension?" Yes, I do. What do you think, John?
I mean, I think with Oscar, it's always for me comes down to what he said at a press conference in preseason a few years ago, which was for him when he doesn't feel like he can help the team anymore, he will leave. So if it's the end of this season and he's like, look, I can't do anymore. I had the team and that's it, then Oscar will go. But right now, it's just good to keep your manager that you have under contract, right? He would get scooped up. So you might as well extend him. If you really want to move on, they'll buy him out.
What do you think, Paula?
I agree the same. And I think he did he said that when we went to that talk with Pareja, right? In front of us, John. And since then, I'm like, he knows what he's doing. He's veteran, and other MLS clubs are fighting for him too. So it's not that he's how can I say it? We're not valorizándolo. Like I don't know how to say it in English, Luis, um, but yeah, you don't
We're
know.
not valuing.
Yeah, we're not valuing him, right? We need to lose him to realize, oh shoot, Pareja was a good coach, and we were always complaining about him when we didn't win, and every time it was a puppy out, puppy out, puppy out. No, like
Yeah,
this is soccer. You can
I
see
think
wins and you can see loses. So,
also just any time like you have a manager that long, like a
hmm
lot of people start to
yeah.
get fed up of watching their type of ball and their style and whatever. And I think like Lee here is from UK. Like there's not like UK managers don't last as long as Oscar's been here. He's been here what, like 6, 7 years, something like that.
6 years.
Yeah, so it's a long tenure, and I think just a lot of people want to see something new, but that doesn't mean that he's a bad coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's been the most successful gaffer the team has had.
Yeah,
Whether people are upset or not. I mean, it seems just every
he's
time
just got to
Orlando
win
City.
MLS Cup. That's the thing.
Yeah, I
If
mean,
he does that, everyone will shut up.
I doubt it. I'll be honest with you, knowing
That's
this,
so good
knowing
point.
some of the fan base, I effing doubt it. Be honest with you. I mean,
They'll complain if
I
we
mean,
don't win it the next year.
I think it's gonna be like, no, we already won the MLS Cup, so now we have to aim to the Champions League. Oh wait, we're in the wrong league. Like yeah. So
Yeah. Do you want to talk
I
about the Leagues Cup table? I know
yeah,
we're running out of time today.
yeah. Let's look at the. Do you have the League Cup saver? Yeah, right here. There you go. Man, I hate the way they're doing this, but whatever.
So basically, I just want to quickly talk about before we talk about the next game and how we want to rotate. The reason I feel like we should be rotating, and a lot of people feel like we should be rotating, chances of going through in this tournament do not look good. It is only 4 teams from the MLS table, which is up in front of us, of the Leagues Cup that go through. Really, I think you need 9 or 8 points to go through. Some people saying maybe 7 will be enough, but the likes of like Minnesota, like there's some teams up here that have already won, and the teams that they're gonna play are like some of the weaker Mexican teams like Querétaro, and they're probably gonna get another win, maybe even another draw and a win on penalties. So with all of these teams and only 4 spots, 2 more games to play, I think unless you've got 2 or 3 points at the moment, I think unless you're one of these top 6 teams, I think your chances of going through are pretty slim. So for me, it's about, and a lot of people, it's about like how much effort and energy do we really want to put into a tournament that we're probably not going to advance in, especially because Miami is like 10 days away.
I'm with you, John.
Go ahead, Paula.
No, I'm with John. I would rotate with the youngsters. Put Nicolas Rodriguez. Put him in. Let's see
He
what the guy
he didn't do
can.
anything.
But like
I mean,
I'm at the point where I don't care. Like I
Exactly,
don't like I don't
exactly.
care if we lose to Atlas. I don't care if we lose to Necaxa. I only care about being Miami. And you saw
I
how
truly
tired they are. So why not give Brekalo, Jansen, at the Tuesta, Cesar, give them all a whole week off. Just play all
look.
the kids for 2 games. Like, who cares? I think sometimes this whole like, oh,
I
we must win every game. Just I don't care. I'm sorry. No one cares
I
about
I
League
I
Cup.
like I understand that people may think that there's a loser mentality, but I I agree with you guys. I mean, it's gonna sound harsh, but what they're saying is completely true. We have a short squad, and I think priorities are first, and I think the league should be a priority for this team over
Like
this
Inter
tournament.
Miami will want to go through. Like they will spend a lot of
Yep.
energy
Yep.
on the next 2 games, and we
Y-
don't have to do that.
Yep, yep. So I agree with that, but the thing is this, and then it goes with Phelan's comment here. Do you guys see as an issue if we haven't won at home since the 25th of May? So, I mean, I'm just saying it as a human being, as a
Yeah,
person.
I do see that
As
point of view. Is like right
it is,
now
it is,
that
yeah,
is bad optics.
it is bad. 100%. You're completely right. I agree with you 100%. I think that they should definitely win every home game. But also, these are people that have internet. These are people that read comments. These are people that see what's posted. And I mean, I'm not saying that this is affecting them at all whatsoever. I really doubt it will. But if it was me, I would be pissed. I'm like, yo, I'm busting my ass here, and then this Joe Keyboard here is like flapping his gums about what I should do, and this dude never kicked the ball in his freaking life. Like, what the hell's going on here? Like Joe Blow here is telling me that I gotta run more. Like, why don't you run instead of being a home keyboarding warrior type of thing, right? So you also see it that way. Maybe it's a mental thing. Maybe they're like, for at least some players in key positions. I don't know. It could be. I mean, it's in the realm of possibilities, but I do agree that they gotta get out of that because, and with what John and Paula said is key. They gotta pick and choose what tournament they're gonna really succeed on. I really feel like this Leagues Cup tournament, yes, if we beat Atlas and if we beat Necaxa by more than a 2 goal margin, more than likely we're gonna go through. Or one of them goes to penalties and we get the points and all of that. Fine, we'll go through. But I mean, what are we gonna get out of that? We're gonna get clobbered 6-0 by Miami, and then the fans are gonna like riot outside the stadium. Like it just,
Yeah, I mean, your reward for going through is just more Wednesday games, right? So
yeah,
that's just more
it's
strain on the
it's
squad.
it's
And we
yeah,
saw what happened in May.
yeah. And it's, and again, with all due respect, look, I have good friends and all that, but this is a tournament that was, it's perfect for the West teams should play this tournament over East teams. It will be easier for the Mexican squads to go into the West, and it'll be easier for the Western teams, to play them. It will make more sense. They'll even make more money. Leave the East for the U.S. Open Cup, and leave the West for the Leagues Cup. But it's just the league is just so, they just don't get it. I just feel like they don't even know their own markets, and the fans unfortunately suffer because people feel disappointed because they lost. We lost a penalty shootout. I've seen you know friends from the ILF too, disappointed about, how come they're on the rain and they're busting their ass supporting and all of that, and then the team loses in the penalty shootout. You know what I mean? So I feel it, but I just also think that the league should do better, and they're really not doing good at all. I'm very disappointed with the league and some of the decisions they've made lately. Well, go ahead, John.
I just thought like, okay, if we tried not to play any of our starters, what would that look like?
Oh,
This is like
that's
this
beautiful.
is like basically Orlando City,
Oh,
two. Like this is all.
yo,
There's not a single starter out on this roster. Like you got Mercado, Reed Brown, Williams, Schlegel's the only one really. Taifi, Gervais, if thigh is fixed. Gusky, Rodriguez, Dagerdan, Caraballo, Shaq Mohammed. Like, I don't think Oscar will do this. I know people will be like, John's crazy. This is all the kids. We'll get slaughtered. We would definitely probably would. I think he'll rotate a mixture of these guys and our first team guys and have them play one of the two games, the Saturday or Wednesday. I think that's what he'll do. I just don't play their starters on Wednesday. That's the big thing. You can play some of them on Saturday and they still got a week's rest. I just think don't play them on Wednesday.
Paula, what do you think about this cool lineup that John has provided for us
This is
today?
basically OCB out here, man.
We saw Gervais next to Duncan Maguire in the
I,
stadium. Like, hey,
I
Mr.
hope Gervais is doing well.
Gervais.
You guys should have asked him, like,
Honestly,
hey,
I really just was like, dude, what is up? Are you coming back
what's thigh,
ever? We
man? You should
miss
be like, what's
you.
thigh?
What? Yeah, like
Like he
hamstring?
had
What
to
do you
pull.
mean? Like the
Yeah,
hammy?
he must have ripped the
Quad?
whole ligament, man, because that
Probably the quad. Yeah.
thigh has been forever.
I mean, it's crazy. We missed your Gervais. Just come back to the pitch. I mean, I agree. Just put a mix. Let's see what the youngsters probably they score goals. We don't know. Like what we can lose. We cannot lose against Miami. I will say that it's a more important game next Sunday, the following Sunday, for us than this league. So I'm with John. Just put a mix. Put a mix, and who knows? They
Chex
probably
mix.
impress us. Yeah, checks mix. There you go.
Yeah,
Also,
so
right, like it's good experience for a lot of these young guys to play in big games. Like maybe that's helpful for later on in the playoffs. Like give
Confident.
Nico Rodriguez 2 full games. Maybe that really helps him. Like,
Yeah.
like there can be something gained from playing the kids. It's not, and especially if we're not feeling like this is the tournament for us. Why not?
look, I know that last year there were more inconsistencies than this year, but I feel that there's still a rupture between part of the fandom with this team. This love and hate, this passive aggressiveness, and that's okay. If you give those people that feel that way um, this lineup, and you ask them, hey, would you rather lose 2 games straight in Leagues Cup or lose or a win against Miami, or would you rather win the two games against the Mexican teams versus losing 7-0 against Miami at home? I guarantee you, 9 out of 10, there's probably going to be someone's going to say the other way around, but and there's going to be people going to say, "Arnold, you're going to win all three games, man. That's what I'm going to pay you for. That's what I'm paying my ticket to go to the game, man." But I feel like a lot of people are going to say, "Let's just play a mixed lineup of youngsters. Let's put the young against these two Mexican teams. Let's boost and see what this bench has to offer, and then literally put our A squad and hone down and concentrate full on again to kill Miami." Because what F says here in this comment is spot on. Going to be very annoying if Miami rotates for our game and still wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, that will piss everybody off, and with all and that'd be huge. That'd be a bad look, 100%.
And they're gonna try and secure it, like, and be able to rotate the game before they play us. And everyone talk about, like, I agree, like, we want a home win, but I don't. I want a home MLS win. I don't
Hmm.
a home Leagues Cup win. Again, I don't care. Like, Miami at home, that is a massive game, both in the table, culturally, everything that's going on right now. Messi might finally come. This is a huge game. So Necaxa, sorry, but I don't. It's not important. Maybe
I
Ryan
think,
Reynolds will turn up, and then we'll all be on TV. That would be cool.
Fangirling.
yeah, I
Maybe that would be
mean,
fun. But
yeah,
until that happens,
yeah,
sorry.
let them have. I mean, look, right now, I mean, lately, there's this whole political turmoil, Americans and Mexicans and all that. Plus, you have the whole like the U.S. national team. It's kind of on the matches that matter. It's owning the Mexican national team. Um, so I feel like I mean, they're celebrating each victory even more when they beat an American team. Just let them have it. I mean, I think that we should concentrate on the MLS. I think that's the tournament that we should really concentrate. I think the game against Miami is an important game for the fandom, and I think that needs to come first. In my opinion, let's read some comments. I might be wrong, but I also think we never lost to Miami at home. Let's keep it that way, says Landon. There you go. Thank you so much for your input. Yeah, keyboard warriors are usually 300 pounds too. SMH, gotta slow down and run a mile yourself. LOL. There you go, Stream Jesus. Thank you so much. I think it's down to the tactics, parking the bus and trying to win when we're up 1-0. But I hope this isn't the case. There you go. Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate it. Landon, 100% agree with John. We should focus on the MLS now and not Leagues Cup. F, going to be, yeah, I already read that. Thank you so much. It says, parking the bus after 60 minutes is a dreadful watch, and we need a clinical striker. I don't think Muriel is cut out for it. Let's go to that comment. Opinion on Luis Muriel, John. Your favorite topic.
I got
Okay, pass.
nothing else. You know what I looked up? I looked up, like, the last time I said something, like, tweeted something nice about Muriel. It was in
When was the last
March.
time you tweeted
It was
something?
March?
it was in March when he was like, and at that time he was a goal or an assist a game, and that's how he started the season. And
And I
now
think you call him
it's
El
the
Toro,
hard
right?
desert, bro. Like, we haven't had a goal or assist since
Wow.
Miami last game. Like, so it's
That's
been
bad.
3 months of Muriel, and this game, like I said to Paula, like, dude played 20 minutes and he was like,
cooked.
he could not, like, and I've said this before. I think the heat is too much. Like, Summer of Sadness has come, but it's just come mainly from Muriel. Like, the dude can't run in this heat. I'm not trying to be harsh. It just genuinely looks like he's exhausted after 10 minutes.
I mean, it's summer sadness for him since April.
I mean, he started out so good this year, and we're like,
Yeah,
okay,
we
maybe
jinxed
this
him,
is
man.
it. And I'm not saying he can't turn it around, but he is completely off the boil, and he is just looks slow and sluggish again. I think it's the heat in the summer. Maybe he'll figure it out when it gets cooler and the playoffs are here.
Yeah, again, I mean, I feel the team and the front office, knowing the front office, it's not going to make the crazy decision to let him go and need his contract right now. I
Hmm.
think, and stay home with $2.5 million, cash in, in
Yeah.
in So
I mean,
I think,
I'm not worried, man, because this talk of Duncan coming back is
yeah, I
that
think,
between Duncan and Enrique, we got enough
yeah,
there.
I think that once Duncan comes back, I think it's gonna be better. But also, I do feel that I think the club is gonna cut his losses, and next year we're probably gonna see a deal going for him. Whether we take 500K, or we pay him the rest and he's a free agent. I really feel like he's a hindrance sometimes when it comes to even ball retention. It's just not working out at the moment. Unfortunately, I mean, he's a great guy, a locker room guy. He has a lot of quality, but I think what this league requires, and you see it with Columbus, you see it with Cincinnati, you see it with even Philadelphia, is consistency. MLS is all about consistency and just being able to repeat it. Eat, sleep, repeat type of thing. And if you are 3 games, I score goals, back to back assists, and then I stop for like another 4 months, then that's not really gonna work for the MLS. And I think that's what's happening with Muriel, unfortunately. Great guy and all, and phenomenal career. Good. I think he's a good player. I just think he's not cut out for what a club like Orlando City needs. Maybe if he would have gone to a San Jose or to a Houston, or maybe he would have even had less pressure. I think the fandom in Orlando is very demanding too. They demand for people to strive for greatness and to score goals. And I think Ramiro,
Well,
Duncan, and
especially our
even Mark.
number nines, they're
Yeah,
paid the most
especially
Yeah.
in
on
the
nine.
club. They are
I mean,
expected to score a lot of
they
goals.
single-handedly ripped a new one on Erjan Kara, and he scored 8 goals, 4 assists, and that
Yeah.
wasn't good enough. So
No, I mean Carr looking like way better than Muriel. But anyway,
yeah,
you want to do the score predictions?
yeah. Let's do score predictions,
So we
man. We
haven't really
totally,
talked much about Atlas, but
But
yeah,
it's
we could.
fine.
I mean, what is there to say?
I mean, we could.
They did
I
manage
have
to.
some info about Atlas, real
Yeah,
quick, if you
please.
want me to say it. So, according to ChatGPT, Atlas is slightly favored to win. According to ChatGPT, I asked ChatGPT who would win based on the current momentum. It says Atlas FC is slightly favored due to their Liga MX form and tactical discipline, but Orlando's home advantage keeps it close. That's
Hmm.
what it says.
Yeah, I mean
Orlando
they
City.
almost managed to get a draw against Miami.
Yeah, it also says Orlando City has a slight edge in individual talent, especially in attack. But Atlas's cohesive unit is very competitive. They have some of the players have 2 seasons playing together. Orlando's depth and goal scoring ability uh, outshines Atlas' methodical approach. Orlando's low goals conceded rate and Gales's brilliance give him a slight edge over Atlas' compact but less dynamic backline. Atlas right now has a stronger momentum from Liga MX, while Orlando's recent loss and Leagues Cup defeat on penalty kicks temper their confidence. So that's pretty much what ChatGPT says. Look, they're right now top tier finish in Apertura. They have obviously a really competitive domestic schedule right now. They are in the first position in Leagues Cup right now, according to what I have here, and they're very. Some of their strengths is, like I said, um, they have a tactical discipline, ability to grind out results against stronger sides. Also, some of the weaknesses says is may struggle against teams with superior attacking depth, and his reliance of counterattacks can be predictable if opponents seat deep. So sitting deep may be something that Orlando knows what to do, right? They just gotta, you know. Now, They have Beñat San Jose as a coach, and I've actually covered Beñat San Jose. His coach, he was a coach of Bolivar from Bolivia, and he led Atlas to a really good, strong Liga MX Apertura, and they were very good contenders. He's been managing Atlas since 2023. So he's also been a couple of seasons already with the team. So it's a pretty well seasoned team. Also,
They're
they
like
have Georgia.
a
Yep.
mid-table club that are doing pretty well at the moment.
Yeah, they're doing pretty well at the
They've
moment.
started well. Like, yeah, they've started well.
They have Camilo Vargas, which is the Colombia's number one, goalkeeper. So they're a very competitive team. I feel though, I know I'm going to sound. I feel Pumas had better quality players in the mid, so we may see hopefully a more dominant performance. Hopefully for our mid. Hopefully we see a rotated squad. But if we see our starting lineup like Cesar and Atuesta, I feel like they're gonna have a better chance against this midfield, in my opinion.
Hmm.
FootMob has this guy's number is 199.
Well,
That can't be right.
yeah, that is not right.
Well, Food Mob doesn't have the accurate
Fernandez
information.
is 199. It's got a great number. That's a good number.
Look at that. Well, uh, it says, y'all see Houston got Antonio Carlos on a free transfer? Yeah, we did. They have all former Orlando City players, John.
Forever Lion.
Forever aligned.
Tomorrow,
Forever,
new episode comes out.
forever. It didn't work out in Brazil.
Alrighty, Luis. Having said all that, what do you think about Atlas? What's your prediction?
Um. All right.
I think we're gonna play a rotated lineup. Obviously, not what I suggested. That would be crazy by Oscar.
I'm gonna go.
But there will be rotation.
I'm gonna go 1-1 draw. Orlando City on penalties, and we close our elimination there because literally there's no point. We're not gonna make the
top
you know.
four.
Based
Yeah, we're not gonna make
based
four.
on history results against Mexican teams for Orlando City, 1-1 draw is like the most accurate you could guess.
No, it's my
Probably
1-1.
gonna happen.
It's also think about it. Look, I've never this whole year I have not predicted a draw.
You love a win.
I,
You love to predict a win.
winner, god damn it.
You're Mr. Positive. I will not take that away. All right, Paula.
0-0.
Zeros. Wow. Nothing says Leagues Cup like a 0-0 against Atlas.
We really don't like the Leagues Cup.
Oh,
And it's funny, people were saying that we were the Leagues Cup lovers. Just go, because we talked about Leagues Cup last year, remember?
yeah.
That's hilarious.
I mean, honestly, yeah. It's just I thought this format would be more interesting playing them, but they put all this the way they done it is
no.
It's not. It's
like
not.
now, like we're playing 3 teams and only so many go through, and you're doing it in 10 days. Like,
Crazy.
Anyway, I'm gonna say that we lose this one. Yeah, I think we lose 1-0.
Okay.
I think Atlas are like doing well. Like I think they'll look like Pumas did in the second half most of the game.
Most of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
And I think Oscar will rotate. He won't play like a lineup that's as bad as the one I suggested, but he will rotate. Like he was not going to put all second guys out there, all youth prospects, all rotation options, but he is definitely going to rest some of our starters.
I agree.
I'd be shocked if he puts out as strong we put out our best 11 against Pumas, in my opinion.
So, I do want to say something real quick. So we were, so I had the wrong info. I thought the coach was Beñat San Jose still to this day. That tells you that I don't really follow Atlas. That tells you right there. So my cousin, Gonzalo Pineda. He's a former Atlanta United coach that got canned. He's
Yeah,
a coach of Atlas. So my apologies for that. Thank you
he's
to
the man.
Chester for that information. Thank you so much, my friend. Ojeda's goal contributing streak is stronger than the Inter&Co curse. I bet we score. It says y'all see Houston. Yeah, there you go. It says I might be wrong, but I also think we never lost to Miami at home. Let's keep it that way. Thank you so much, Landon. Yeah. So expectations on this game. I mean, honestly, I just I just want to win against Miami, John. That's really what I'm concerned more about. Be honest with you. I really have no expectations for this game. And it sounds I'm usually very positive.
My
Uh,
expectation is that we don't play our strongest 11, please, or
yeah,
definitely not on Wednesday.
I think if Oscar in the front office is watching, please rotate the squad. I mean, I think the fandom doesn't really care that much about this tournament
I just
either.
think about May, man, where we played
Yeah,
all those games, and then the reason that we did not look so good in that Open Cup match, I think,
yeah.
was because we played so many, and then
I
after that, we lost the next two, right, at the end of May.
yeah.
So
Go
we
ahead,
got
Paula. You were saying something. I cut you off.
No, no, no. Like John was saying, just rotate and you rotate. And I'm like, and even on Saturday, I don't want to see, because he was saying Wednesday. I'm like, I don't want to see, a full squad on Saturday or Wednesday. Keep that energy for the following week.
Yeah, I mean, I think the fandom, after really having a horrible home streak uh, deficit at home, they want a massive win against Inter Miami, just for them to clobber them like twice in the year. Go ahead, John. Go ahead.
I thought of a few things. One, I want to say that you said it perfectly, that no one cares about getting wins over these guys. Like everyone would rather get a win over Miami, and that
Hundred
like
percent.
that I couldn't find you an Orlando City fan that
Hundred
went
percent.
against that viewpoint. I would be
Exactly.
shocked if there's
Yeah.
any Orlando City fan that would rather win these Leagues Cup games than play Miami and win. The other thing is, I can't remember the name, but someone tagged us on Facebook and posted about what Paula you noticed, that was there was a mini running of the wall, right? When we did the penalties, a lot of the fans ran over to that side because they wanted to be behind the goal. And then there was that usual situation of like the stewards and other people were kind of stopping them going in the section, and some fans were upset about that. And like apparently they were moving people out, and then we had a
Wow.
penalty, and then we missed the penalty after they moved some of our fans out. And I don't know, but there always seems to be that happening now. Like if they put the penalties down there, so maybe the club just needs to come up with a strategy to like let that happen safely, because the fans are gonna try and do it regardless, right? So it's cool, I think, to be behind the goal. Like then there's nobody there at this game, so I don't really see the
Yeah, I
harm.
wanna.
Obviously, you can't fill it with too many people, but if it's safe, what's the harm?
Yeah, if communications is listening or watching, I mean, that's a really good idea that John just mentioned about the running on the wall. I mean, fans are definitely going to do it, and it's not something that they are, you know, uh, doing it because they just want to watch the game closer. No, they want to like support Orlando, make sure that they score the penalty,
Because there
or
was like
to
Pumas fans behind the goal too. Like they wanted to make sure that wasn't an away goal.
yeah. So Donnie Moore says, I don't see Messi resting after his comments about wanting to keep getting minutes, not sitting out games. Yeah. Well,
I
okay.
don't
Well,
think he's gonna rest, no. And that's why I want him to burn himself out in League's Cup before he plays us. Or
yeah,
he probably
he's.
won't even come.
I'll be honest with you. I'm so disappointed in Messi in general as a player. You know, it's just my opinion. But anyways, we gotta cut we gotta cut the pod. I'm sorry. Um, we wanted to thank you for your support. We're Loud and Proud Orlando. We're on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We're on X, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube as Loud and Proud Orlando LPO underscore podcast. Thank you guys for your support. Thank you to Paula and John, and we'll see you guys next week. Hopefully with a win. And vamos Orlando. Have a good one, guys.
Vamos, Orlando.
Take care.